Lipstick Functional Movement Activity Analysis by Gina Cole. Reaching and grasping the lipstick tube. Shoulder flexion using the anterior deltoid and pectoralis muscles with a 70-degree angle. Elbow extension using the tricep muscles, wrist in neutral state. Pinch grip, flexor digitorum muscle, superciliaris muscles, flexor digitorum profundus, and the palmaris longus muscle. Bringing lipstick to front and center of chest. Go from a shoulder extension into a flexion using the muscles posterior deltoid, latissimus dorsi, teres major, pectoralis major, and you'll be in a 40-degree flexion with a slight internal rotation, 15 degrees, using the teres major and pectoralis muscles. Elbow is in flexion using the brachialis bicep and brachioradialis muscles. Assistive muscles are the pronator teres in 115-degree flexion. Forearm pronation using the pronator teres and pronator quadratus muscles. Wrist is in a slight extension of the right hand using the extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis muscles, the extensor carpi ulnaris muscles at a 10-degree extension. Left hand stays neutral. Still using the same pinch grip. Resting lipstick. Shoulder flexion, anterior deltoid and pectoralis muscles at a 40-degree angle with a slight internal rotation of 15 degrees using the teres major, pectoralis major, subscapularis, latissimus dorsi, and anterior deltoid muscle. Elbow is in flexion using the brachialis bicep and the brachioradialis muscles. Assistive muscle, pronator teres at 115 degree. Forearm pronation and supination using the pronator teres, pronator quadratus, biceps, and supinator muscles. Wrist is in a slight extension of the right hand using the extensor carpi radialis longus brevis, extensor carpi ulnaris in a 10-degree extension. Left hand stays neutral, still using the pinch grip. Bringing lipstick to mouth. Shoulder flexion using the anterior deltoid pectoralis muscles at a 40-degree angle with a slight shoulder internal rotation using the scapularis muscles at a 40-degree angle. Elbow flexion muscles using the brachialis biceps, brachioradialis, 150-degree flexion of the elbow. Assistive muscle is a pronator teres. The forearm is in supination using the biceps and supinator muscles. Wrist is in a neutral position, still using the pinch grip. Lipstick. Shoulder is in flexed position, use the anterior deltoid and pectoralis, holding a slight internal rotation using the suprascapularis muscles in a 40-degree angle. Elbow flexion muscles are the brachialis biceps and brachioradialis muscles, 155 degrees. Active muscle is the pronator teres. Forearm is in supination using bicep and supinator muscles. Wrist is in the ulnar deviation using the flexor carpi ulnaris and extensor carpi ulnaris. The ulnar deviation is 30 degrees, still using the pinch grip. Lipstick continued. Shoulder flexion, anterior deltoid, pectoralis, 45 degrees, holding slight interior rotation, suprascapularis muscles. Elbow is in flexion state, using the biceps, brachialis, brachioradialis muscles with the assistive pronator teres. Forearm is in supination, using the biceps and supinator muscles. Wrist is in radial deviation, using the flexor carpi radialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, and it is in a 30-degree radial deviation. still using the same pinch grip. Twisting lipstick back down. Shoulder is in flexion state using the anterior deltoid and pectoralis muscle at a 40-degree flexion. Slight internal rotation of 15 degrees using the teres major and pectoralis muscles. Elbow is in flexion state using brachialis, biceps, and brachioradialis muscles at a 115-degree flexion. Forearm is in pronation and supination. Pronator teres, pronator quadratus, biceps, and supinator muscles being used. Wrist is in extension state, extensor carpi radialis longus and brevis, extensor carpi ulnaris in a 15-degree extension, still using the same pincher grip. Putting lipstick back on table. Shoulder is in a flexion state using anterior deltoid and pectoralis muscles. It is in a 70-degree flexion. Elbow is in extension using the tricep muscles. Wrist is in neutral state, still using the same pincher grip. Here are examples for lipstick modification. Both are handheld devices, and Grace Makeup is a beauty company for people with disabilities.